Something is rotten in the state of the internet. Tomatoes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Effin Cultured presents Fermented Fruits.
Fermented fruit!
A podcast within a podcast where we drink fermented drinks or distilled drinks usually. The idea started with wine, but mostly distilled drinks now. And we watch
None of
movies.
us like wine.
Yeah. We watch movies considered rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. We weigh the pros and cons, and at the end of our drunk review, we end up deciding whether the movie truly is rotten or like a fine wine, just fermented. Joining me on this Valentine's Day weekend, we have my right-hand man, Mr. Griff, is with us this evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Already getting started.
There we go. See, I should have poured myself a drink. I was ill prepared. I was right before I called you guys up. I was eating 20 chicken nuggets. I was just shoving them down my face. A screwdriver doesn't go with chicken nuggets. It just doesn't.
Oh, those are not.
Not with that attitude, it doesn't.
Compatible.
And you've heard them a couple of times already. The Rick is with us this evening.
Yeah.
It is
I
a
was definitely
complete.
ill-prepared. I joined without clothes,
Yes,
as I had
Yeah.
just been vomited on.
He was completely naked when he joined us this evening on the Zoom. So, Valentine's Day is upon us.
Happy Valentine's Day, boys.
Happy Valentine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day. So here we are. We haven't done a fermented fruit in a while. I thought it would be fun to do one this weekend. The original plan was to do some kind of just poorly rated romantic comedy. But then we ended up with 3 dudes, so it kind of went up in the air on like, we can kind of be a little more flexible with what we're doing.
Mhm.
So the initial plan for the 3 of us was for us to watch Wet Hot American Summer, because Griff and Rick have not seen that movie. I have seen it. It was a long time ago, whatever. I had kind of a crappy week. We don't need to get into it. But I really wanted tonight to be let go, drink maybe a little too much, and watch just an absurd, stupid, raunchy comedy. So we went from rom-com to teen sex-com.
Perfect.
And you know what?
That's
Valentine's Day, bud.
That's the right direction to go in too.
Satisfaction.
From the rom-com to the teen sex com.
So,
Come is come.
com is good.
Come is good.
So we're bringing you this com. The 2008 sex com. Sex
Slinging this
Drive.
com right at you.
Oh God, just a face full of cum.
Just frozen ropes of com coming across your ear holes right
There's so
now.
much cum dripping off my my jowls.
Com coming out your nose and everything.
Com bubbles all over
Full
the place.
facial of com.
So much com. So anyway, Sex Drive, the 2008 teen sex comedy.
Love a com slut.
God, this is.
We're
looks like
hoping
on the
this
prostate.
movie isn't a com dumpster.
Speak for yourself.
So let's see. Let's get into the particulars before we decide to start imbibing and watching the movie and coming back to review it for y'all. This
Unload
movie
on it.
was released in 2008. It stars, if you want to use that word, stars Josh Zuckerman, who I have no idea who you are.
Nope.
Clark Duke, who is one of my like unknown
Duke?
favorites. Yeah, he's the guy from Hot Tub Time Machine, the one that played Rob Corddry's
Oh,
son.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was the final season of The Office too.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never watched the final season of The Office, so I wouldn't know.
I don't know how old he looks. The same.
In
Is it
everything,
the trailer?
Yeah.
He looks the same now as he did then because of the fucking Hot Tub Time Machine.
You just
It's
don't
real.
know. That's why. And it also has James Marsden playing Rex.
Cyclops.
Yes, Cyclops. And Seth Green is in a decent chunk of this movie playing Ezekiel, who we will get to talk about a little later. Now, I have seen this movie but it's been about, I don't know, 10 to 12 years of my wife bringing me a cocktail.
It's
Yeah.
nice. When
It's
your wife sneaks the
nice.
cock to you, it's good.
Oh, my wife slipping me a cocktail. Now I get ready for the calm.
Ah, lots of calm.
I just got orange juice on the computer. Yeah, you put the ice separate. You welcomed it.
Wait a second. She had it was screwdriver and then additional ice or
No
optional
ice.
ice.
Optional
You
ice.
can't have hot vodka. Good lord.
Sounds like a dirty sex term on a hot vodka.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
It's when the Russian man pulls out and creams on your hips.
When your eyes sting for days, you gave her the old hot vodka, eh?
Old hot vodka. Vodka is life.
That vodka
That's right,
provide
folks.
good calm.
Right now, you're hearing my newborn baby crying behind me. He's learning a bunch this evening. All right.
These will be his first memories.
Yes, these will be his first memories. I'm
Always
gonna watch
go back
Sex
to
Drive.
this.
I'm gonna watch Sex Drive in front of my 5-year-old, and I don't think he's old enough to retain anything. So it's like, meh.
I remember shit from 4.
He's playing Smash Brothers.
Really
right now
depends
on,
on
the
how
Switch,
good.
so.
Nice.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
So anyway, back to the movie. Hey, we got a job to do. It's not really a job. We're doing it for free.
What? Wait a
Oh,
second.
oh,
We're
I'm
not
sorry.
getting paid for this? I just
Sorry,
figured it's
Teddy's
the
not playing
mail.
Smash Brothers. He's playing Kirby. I'm sorry, Teddy. I didn't mean to. Is that good? You
Offend.
playing Kirby? Okay, Teddy's playing Kirby. I stand corrected. Now, this movie came out in 2008. It has a rotten score of 46%.
That's up there.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
It is. An audience
Intriguing.
score of 58%, which is very
Still
close.
rotten, but
It's very close for a movie like this, though, because normally a stupid sex comedy, the critics will be in the 20s and the audiences will be in the 70s.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Which I think when I told Rick we were watching this, he's like, "So what is it? It's like a shitty road trip." And I'm like, "Rick, road trip's pretty shitty." But Road Trip has like a 58 and the audience score is in the 70s. So it's right around the same kind of level. All right, let's get some numbers on here, shall we? Let's see.
Good old
Domestic
Josh Zuckerman film for you.
domestic box office. Sex Drive opened the weekend of October 17th, 2008. Okay. It has a budget of $19 million, which means they spent probably close to 30 after marketing and all that jazz. Domestic box office, when it was all said and done, was $8 million. International was $10 million. So they came nowhere near breaking even on this movie.
Wow.
Now
But
let's
this is
see
like a com bomb.
Yeah. We should have just started a normal episode with this. We could have gotten an hour worth of com jokes.
Right?
So that weekend, 4 movies opened wide that weekend. Sex Drive ended up in 8th place in the box office. First place opening up was Max Payne. In 2nd place in the box office was W, Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Rolling. Okay. I'll
Third
Yeah.
was The Secret Life of Bees. 4th place, crushing Sex Drive by more than double the box office in its 2nd week in the box office, was Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Shia LaBeouf's Eagle Eye, in its 3rd week in the box office, spanked Sex Drive. And the first person horror remake, American remake, Quarantine, was in 7th place.
And that beat Sex Drive?
It
I'm
beat
su-
Sex Drive.
I'm sure
yeah.
Quarantine had a lower budget.
Yeah, Sex Drive just edged out Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. So
Wow.
way to go.
Well, the drive
Sex
I had
Drive.
to watch this is quickly withering.
So what you're saying is Sex Drive really took it in the mouth.
Yes, that's exactly right. So this movie was written and directed by Sean Anders. Now this is what gives me hope. I don't remember much about this movie except for the fact that I absolutely remember loving James Marsden's character in this. He plays an angry, just meat-headed older brother, and I remember him being hysterical. So I'm really hoping that with some booze, it'll reignite my love for James Marsden, because I don't really have much. But this is why I'm excited for this, right?
No one's ever wanted to reignite their love for James Marsden.
Right. The guy who wrote this movie also wrote She's Out of My League.
Love it.
Which I love.
Okay.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Love it.
Okay.
We're the Millers with
Love
Jason
We're the
Sudeikis.
Millers.
Okay.
Right? Dumb and Dumber 2, the sequel. So he must have been like a third or fourth writer on that, because that's
There's like 19. That took years to make.
Horrible Bosses 2.
I like both of those.
In both Daddy's Home movies, Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2.
I haven't seen this.
So She's Out of My League, Hot Tub Time Machine, and We're the Millers.
These are all good movies.
Those early 2010s like R-rated comedies, I actually really enjoy. So
that's a good pedigree. Yeah.
I'm excited. So let's go into some of these reviews, and then we're gonna start drinking and watching this movie. So let's see, what do we got here? It's crushingly generic stuff, a combination of gross out gags and clammy sentiment, but Seth Green's cameo as a sardonic Amish car mechanic has its moments. Yowza. Likeable enough and even amusing for stretches, but ultimately too generic for a recommendation. And then the generic critics' consensus for Rotten Tomatoes is Sex Drive has some hilarious moments and is well made for a raunchy teen film, but will appeal to few beyond that demographic. And I believe we are here to prove tonight that drunk 35-year-old men are definitely the demographic.
Correct. Drunk 35-year-old men in 2021 are the demographic for this movie released in 2008.
11 months into a pandemic. This is where we are, folks.
We'll take any entertainment we can get.
This is how we are going to celebrate our Valentine's Day weekend. Sex Drive drunk. Now, Griffers, what are we drinking this evening?
I have some Jack Honey that I'm finishing off, and then I'm going to be switching over to bourbon because I am a person of that look. Yes.
I am having.
Rick, what are we doing, bud?
I will be making Manhattans tonight.
Wow.
Yes.
That is far fancier than what should be drank during this movie. This movie should be like Ice House and frickin' Jaeger bombs.
We'll see what we can do for
bombs.
the final shot. The final shot before we give our review later.
Hey, you remember this better than me. I forgot we did that.
I have a special shot glass for tonight.
Beautiful. I love it. All right.
The money shot.
The
com shot glass. Yeah, exactly.
The com shot.
Oh, that's what we're calling it tonight. The com shot.
I feel like 2 com shots.
This is gonna be. I'm feeling good about only 3 of us tonight. If we had a 4th, I think we may have been in trouble. All right, folks.
No GG.
Give us some time. We're gonna start this movie up. It's streaming on Netflix. If you want to watch along, you can pause this right now and watch the movie, and then start the podcast back up to hear what we think about it. Gentlemen, enjoy your drinks. Enjoy the movie. And I will see you in about, what does it say? An hour and 48 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's about 18 minutes longer than I wanted it to be, but
it's
here we are.
It's a longer sex drive. Hey, sex traffic.
All right, gentlemen.
Oh,
hey.
jeez.
I was going to try to brush over that, but I guess we're going to skip here for a second. All right, guys. Don't calm too much, okay? Save some for the afterthoughts, all right?
Hey, you know me.
All right, folks, we will be right back.
My 4th drink, I think.
4th, huh?
I got my shot ready.
All right.
I've got my shot ready too. Yep.
What'd you get this time for the final com shot of the movie?
It's a slow and low.
84 proof.
I'm gonna call it an Amish.
So I've got some bourbon, but I've got it in my pitter patter shot glass.
Where did you get that? Oh my goodness!
courtesy of Jamanda. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
she
Jamanda.
She got me a set of Letterkenny shot glasses.
There's more than one.
Pitter Patter. There's Pitter Patter. There's Hard No. There is.
That sounds like me too.
There is To Be Fair, which I consider doing for tonight.
To be fair.
To be fair, but I thought Pitter Patter was more
how
appropriate.
we sync our voices and shit. Oh, were we supposed to make noises?
I don't know. I'm gonna regret this.
It's fine. We don't have to upload this tonight, so he's got time tomorrow to figure it out.
I've got plenty of time.
There's a fourth one too, but I can't remember what it is.
I broke the can.
Oh no! Figure
Wait a second. No, I'm
Open it
retarded.
up, bud.
I'm retarded. Yeah, it was just open it up.
That's a hell of a right hook, bud. I'm pretty sure my kids are gonna be retarded. All right, folks. Hey, guess what? We're back.
And we're back.
We're back. And okay, here we are. So we should go
Oh, wow. I can't believe I could see all those com shots.
My God.
The
com shots.
So much.
There's so many of them.
It's like an Irish curse.
Believe it. It's
my
like
bloodshot eyes.
Fucking, I gave up.
We're gonna lose all 26 listeners. It's gonna be rough.
No, we're bound to keep one.
Bound to keep one. Not even all the hosts listen to this show. You can't even...
Hey, you're right.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen on Tuesday, probably.
Griff's gonna be like, I said that.
When you said we haven't done fermented fruit in a while, I was like, I'm a few behind, aren't I?
Yep.
We have.
I didn't listen to, I don't know, the last one.
All right. So anyway, without further ado, if we're all set, we start the second part of this program with the last shot of the film, ladies and gents. L'chaim.
Pitter patter.
Mazel tov.
Terrible. Oh,
holy shit. Why? Why did I remember?
All right. So, Sex Drive.
Everything's flammable.
All right. Now, I know this movie was made in 2008, right?
Right.
Well, it was
allegedly.
It was released in 2008, so it was probably alleged. It's probably made in 2007.
That's the other shot glass, allegedly, with an ostrich. Thank you, Rick.
Way to go, Rick. I don't even think Rick watches Letterkenny.
Not yet.
He whips his titties out, though.
Hey.
So this movie was made, we'll say, 2007, maybe? It came out in 2008.
Sure,
now,
yeah.
Did it feel to you guys like, I don't know, it felt like ancient. This movie felt ancient.
You know those memes where a bot is fed an entire series and then it makes its own fucking script? This is all 90s comedies were fed into a bot.
Kayla just locked you into the room, bud. You're being too loud.
I see that. And it spit out Sex Drive.
Poor Kayla.
Yes.
She's doing very well. I'm impressed. You know what? The whole time, watching this movie, this was my first viewing. She was like, I don't know who I watched this with, but I've seen this movie. So I just made fun of her for watching it the entire
time. My wife said the same thing. She's like, I've seen this movie. I don't know when or why. I was like, well, we were together, so.
I'm alone, so nobody told me they watched this movie. But
Kayla's literally texting Heather.
Well,
Heather, did we watch this together?
Griff.
No. She cannot locate who she saw this with. She tried implicating me, going, Rick, we must have watched it together. I said, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I have no memory of this. You can't prove it.
I know half the cast. The rest of these people, I have no idea who these people are.
What? That's how you catch the gay.
So anyway, so that's what was going to bring me to my point, right? So this movie is only 12 years old. Well, I'm going to say 12 because it's February, right?
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
12 and a half.
What high school senior in 2007 had a poster of Jean-Claude Van Damme on their walls?
Chris Brooks.
Was he dressed up as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Because
Stop being a pussy.
Stop being a pussy.
Stop being a pussy.
What a terrible freaking impersonation. And it didn't happen for the rest of the movie. You never saw any more or heard any more of him. It was just there.
Right?
Just that
Right?
one time.
Right? It's not like this is a persistent thing that plagues the main character throughout the whole movie. It's just this one moment where he looks at this poster and it's like a bad Van Damme impression going.
Like horrible. Yeah.
Treating her like shit.
Like, you know what? These people don't know who Van Damme is. Let's just throw it out there.
Right.
And it stuck. Fucking Josh Zuckerman.
Also,
Right?
I think
Who?
I think this movie is like where OnlyFans got the inspiration.
I looked up Josh Zuckerman's 60 fucking film credits, and there's only
60,
one.
Really?
Wow, blew my mind. There's only one
Wow.
that stuck with me, and I was like, oh yeah, that is him. Austin Powers in Goldmember. He played young Dr. Evil for like 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And when you say it, you're like, oh yeah, yeah. He was definitely young Dr. Evil for 20 seconds.
Sure, yeah.
That's his entire career. Is
man.
this and
You know what made me appreciate? I really appreciated the amount of AC/DC that we got to listen to in this. This movie.
You know what? I had a note that I really like. This soundtrack was incredible. Like,
Yeah, I at the end of the movie, we're gonna hop all around the place. Who cares? Who needs?
We
a
sure are.
driver?
let's jerk off all the horses at once.
So the band that played the Amish party, that was
Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy. Okay.
Yep.
I was actually very angry at myself for saying, "Oh, that's Fallout Boy."
I immediately wrote, "Is this Fallout Boy?" And then, so I watch it with captions. And
Or
then
some 41.
At one point, it said playing Grand Theft Auto, and I was like, "Oh, this is Fallout Boy. This is absolutely Fallout Boy." I was like, "I'm proud that I remembered that." Yeah.
So I'm going to put this question out here, folks.
Yeah.
Better Amish community concert, Fallout Boy and Sex Drive, or Blues Traveler in
Euro Trip.
No. Blues Traveler played in the bowling movie Kingpin.
Kingpin,
Ooh.
which is why I know what that word is.
Rumspringa?
That one. That word.
That's a great question. See, I
I
haven't
actually-
seen Kingpin in like 20 years.
I need to watch
So-
it now. I literally told
Right.
Kayla we need to watch this.
Woke
Because
up early
I
to
know
milk your
Rumspringa
cow.
is.
We don't have a
was like-
cow. We have
was like,
a bull.
I was like, this asshole's GTO is from Illinois, and they're going to Tennessee. Are all the Amish in fucking Pennsylvania? I had a Wikipedia this shit.
Right?
There was a second wave of the Amish that hit Canada and like Illinois, Ohio, and a bunch of weird shit.
Oh, interesting.
If
Okay.
you
Yeah.
if you
Never
watch
knew it.
Letterkenny, you'll know the Mennonites are also up in Letterkenny.
Right.
I need to watch Letterkenny.
You do.
Anita Dick.
Anita Dick. It's
No,
That's her name. No.
I need
No.
more
We
pussy.
don't. We don't need any more dicks.
There's plenty
We
of dick
just-
to go around.
There's so much dick.
So
to
did
go
you guys-
around.
A
After the first
a plethora of dick.
so much.
Yeah.
A
so much
myriad
dick.
of dick.
There are
He-
20 com shots for anyone who wants it.
So much cam.
Oodles of
Speaking-
com.
Please, Griff, because I'm going there next. Go ahead.
Speaking of com shots, I had
Oh.
a note that said we really nailed the opening to this podcast because it started off with a cum joke. It started off with a 20-minute cum joke.
we really, without ever seeing this fucking shit, we really did nail the beginning. In an awkward, sexually repressed way, we happened to hit that
Yeah.
nail on the head.
Oh, fuck it. Drop
Oh.
the pencil. Oh, no.
I'm confused. I'm confused by this open. I don't know. Maybe I started.
Our outputting or the movie's opening?
Maybe I started taking care of myself before I had any real nocturnal emissions.
I heard right hand man. I never woke up to cum shots.
No,
This wasn't
no.
my life. Okay, good.
I guess I
Right,
started
yeah.
too early.
Oh, you knew how to take care of business.
Right.
You were a businessman.
They
Businessman.
they forced my hand, so to speak.
I negotiated plenty of times before I probably should have. Like I knew how it went. I was a veteran before the time.
Here's
Like,
here's
they
my
depicted in this
question.
movie.
This is my
Yeah.
issue.
Yes.
We're gonna get a little, but this is what this podcast is.
Yeah, of course.
He had his dream at 3:07 in the morning,
Yeah.
right?
The Devil's Hour. Yeah.
Right, the devil's hour. He
Allegedly.
woke up.
Allegedly.
He woke up at 9:07 in the morning. Okay,
6 hours later.
how much did he bust? Like a normal, if you like, I don't know what you guys did when you were younger, but like,
1-2
regardless,
gallons tops.
like if you were lazy and used your underwear or got a little on your bed sheet, it never lasted 6 hours. You were never in a puddle of
No.
your own spunk for 6 hours.
6 hours later, I've come 3 or 4 more times. I don't understand.
Right.
the math. The math
Yes.
isn't working for me.
It looks like a poorly glazed donut, just kind of
They-
shaves off the bottom.
You lick off the top and go again. I don't understand why he still had any moisture to the clothing to go fuck his stepmom with,
Right.
which was
Yeah.
his own thing.
That clearly dries and hardens by that point.
Right.
Something was hard.
Exactly. And I don't know, Griff, do you think there has been a movie ever where they hit the rule of 3 so fast? Like stepmom slips on the cummy underwear,
Right.
walks down on him molesting a punching bag, and then gets a condom thrown on her head.
I
All
don't
within-
think so.
All within
That's
like
a great
25 minutes. They were like, hey, rule of 3, right? This is a comedy. Let's get it over with now.
Right. That's a great point because they
But
did. They
ignore
absolutely
the
hit
whole James Marsden sideline story.
Yeah. They
Because that's
absolutely
going to
hit
be the
that rule of
long
3,
tall.
and then the stepmom is never mentioned again.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
She's just
I
gone.
don't. That's got to be a world record. Yeah, that's got to be a world record.
Based on
I wonder if that's
Pornhub.com.
something we can Google.
I feel like stepmom should only be about 30, 32.
Right.
I wasn't really sure what I was seeing.
I don't know. Dad was pulling some young puss, I guess. Who knows? It's just it
Good
was
for him.
Yeah, good for him. I was very confused by the. You know, it's funny. I was writing notes and like I'm watching this movie and it has the internet and YouTube and blogs.
05.
We do not have camera phones yet. They've got the digital cameras still.
Right.
But they're still throwing the word faggot around. Like there's no problem with it. You know
The
what I mean?
script was
So
written in
Yes.
1995.
it
man.
had to have been written in the
cannot-
90s.
There is a
Oh.
troubling amount of homophobia here. Yeah,
None of this
you're right.
shit resonated with post 2000, 2001.
Correct.
And this was like, let's delay the outpouring of this film another generation because it's all been done. This was Road Trip meets Detroit Rock City meets American Pie.
Oh my god.
Fucking Cyclops was Stifler. Like a watered down weird version of Stifler.
Oh, this portrayal of Rex was easily just James Marsden's like repressed frustration for being killed off in X-Men. Like,
Ratner caused this film to happen.
That
yes.
was one of my favorite parts when we were messaging each other watching this movie was it Rick or Griff? Was it Rick? Who was like, wait, he made this movie after making 3 X-Men movies?
Yeah. Oh, it was Rick because I didn't say anything during this film.
I was like, X1, X-Men United, X-Men The Last Stand, Sex Drive.
Yeah.
And then Straw Dogs or whatever the fuck that movie was.
X3 X3, when he was killed, was released in 2006.
Unceremoniously killed.
Yeah, off screen.
Off screen, yeah. That was
Yeah.
it was very ancient Greek theater.
Was
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Gene Grey
guys,
took care of
I
that guy.
signed on for Sex Drive. Get me out of this franchise now, because this is going to be a hit.
Imagine being Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men, and going to this movie, being like, I need to get out of X-Men now.
I'm gonna be a
Rick.
homophobic asshole.
Put me in that Josh Zuckerman film.
He's the next big thing.
He's- if you added every fucking asshole lead from the 90s, Scotty, or whatever the fuck that other guy was trying to play. No, never happening. Josh, I'm sorry. I must have quit.
I mean, we've got to. I think it's funny. Rex and what's his name, Duke, whatever the guy's name is, the friend. They had did Griff pass out? What happened?
No,
Dude,
I'm right here.
Lance.
Okay.
Lance.
Lance is the
They
friend.
had such good. Some of those one-liners that they hit were just home runs, man. They were just crushed
That's what
out of the
sucks.
park.
It's like watching the Pittsburgh Pirates, because they hit home runs once in a while, and then you're like, there's 9 innings. You can't just hit 3 home runs and call it a day or
Rick,
a season.
Rick, I want to put this out there real quick. Detroit
Okay.
Rock City is rotten, so we.
Thank you, because I
need
looked
to
it up
do-
and I looked to Kayla and said, this reminds me of Detroit Rock City, and that is 1999. Such a great fucking movie.
We have to do that.
We
on
have
this.
to
We
do
have
that.
to.
I'm
Thank
down.
you.
Yes.
My cock is so hard right now thinking about that.
In that
That
wallet,
is a
you will
fucking
find a
masterpiece.
registration card for the Kiss Army. All right.
Knights in
so
Satan's service.
I'm we have to move on from the beginning of the movie, but that whole sequence with that jizz logged underwear and stepmom slipping on it and falling, and then James Mars is just like, what smells like jizz?
What smells like jizz?
Like,
I was
you're,
like,
in, you're in a bedroom with 2 teenage boys. Like,
Yeah.
there's it's
brothers
not even
come soaked underwear.
It's
Yeah.
them.
yeah. That's literally the natural state
what
of their
smells
bedroom.
like my favorite snack?
And I loved.
We didn't find out until the end of the movie.
It's true. I loved when he was bringing his brother to work, and he was like, "You've got to, everybody has gay thoughts, but you got to repress that shit. It's America. This is
Dude.
America."
Dude, he was like a step away from asking the 90-10 question.
Yes, he was.
I thought it was don't ask, don't tell, but it could have been 90-10. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my God!
That's how you join this whatever this is.
It's a podcast.
I was gonna say,
This is a podcast.
Whatever this is.
The effing, if it was fucking cultured, I'd know, but it's effing cultured.
Is it though? Is it really a podcast?
Did you guys remember how great malls were?
I do.
Even in the early to mid 2000s,
I saw pictures. The mall? Yeah, it was a good time.
malls were great.
I worked in the mall every year except this year as a fucking elf.
Right.
And it brought me much joy to be an elf at the mall.
It's astonishing to think like malls used to be that full just on a random weekday.
every day.
Right?
It was like, let's go to the mall. And it was just, well, Robin Sparkles would know what I'm talking about. And
Yep.
Let's go to the mall.
The idea of a guacamole donut makes me want to vomit, by the way.
fuck the shit out of her, Robin.
What?
Yeah.
Robert
Guacamole
Scherbatsky?
donut.
Oh,
Whoa. Yeah. Chibosky, yes. Guacamole donut, no.
Blech.
There's spice.
Who's
to it.
Robin Scherbatsky? Who are we talking about?
That's Kobe Smulders from How I Met
How
Your
I
Mother.
Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't know that.
Oh, you should watch that show.
Holy fuck! Letterkenny, yes. How I Met Your Mother, no.
It's just not something I
Goddamn,
got into, buddy.
Captain Frenchie, maybe you should fucking join America.
Did you just
Canada first, USA second. You fucking commie.
hashtag
Wee pussy.
Schitt's Creek? Although in this movie, hashtag hadn't been invented yet, so it was / we're awesome.
underscore eyelashes are nothing.
I mean, we took a little trip back to Can't Hardly Wait for a hot second with that house party here in the first third of the movie.
Yeah.
That's where we lived. Okay.
And I was reminded of what's his name? Jason Segel with the watermelon.
Watermelon boy.
Because after this kid got blown off by Felicia, is that her name? Felicia or whatever the hell her name
Felicia.
was?
By Felicia is all I thought of.
There was that random fucking ginger kid standing there just staring at him, and he was like, harsh. All I could think was, like, that was the Jason Segel of this movie, and how can I be that guy? I want to be the guy that just stands there in a random house party and has one word that he says to the protagonist of the movie.
Harsh, bruh. Okay, so I have two notes about this point in the movie. Technically, one is kind of retrospectively, the other is at the time. So at the time, I wrote, I hate every character in this movie except Lance. And then
it's Facebook to help me. All my notes are to you guys.
And then at some point later in the movie, I was like, clearly I was not drunk enough for the beginning of this movie because I'm starting to enjoy it now.
Which happened about 3/4 of the way through, right?
Right. Yes.
I don't get it, but that's exactly what the fuck happened to me. I'm not happy. Like, I was like, I'm ready to take the most massive shit on this film.
Right?
And then something about it made sense. And I was very angry.
Absolutely. I think
as a white cis man, sorry.
No, it's okay. Because you're right. Because I think that moment is when Seth Green entered the movie.
Yes. Because it felt like a movie at that moment. I was like, this is a movie now.
Right. And I think before that moment, I felt like the reviews that we talked about in the intro were like, this is a really generic movie. I was like, okay, yeah, it's just absolutely a generic, like, teen sex-driven movie. But then Seth Green entered and made that, like, really weird deviation from the norm. I was like, okay,
it was the deviation / acknowledgement of the weird.
Yes.
You call it deviation of the norm. It's more of a, yeah, you've been watching 20 different shades of yarn, but it makes sense if you look at it this way.
I just need to say one thing before we get into Seth Green territory, which is
do it.
Andy and Randy are my heroes.
Oh,
who are they?
So, I don't care.
Where have we seen them before or after? Please tell me. Please tell me.
I don't care, but when they're sitting outside of that house party, they're just like, sup? Hey, I'm circumcised.
I ain't that pussy.
I'm uncircumcised. My dick is huge.
Circumcised.
This shit's snipped. Suck me.
Go to our blog, www.we'reawesome. / we rule.
www. I actually looked up the website.
You linked that in our chat. And I didn't look at it, but I was like, I believe
LeakingLadies.com.
LeakingLadies.com is not a real
not
website.
an actual site. It's when I typed it going, oh my God, they tagged her in that because she was trying to innocently fill
the radiator with some piss.
A radiator with fluid that she had. And it said LeakingLadies.com. I put it up there and it was an ad. When I clicked on the link after I sent it to you fellas, it was literally an ad saying, hey, you can make this your site.
This could be your website.
No.
We don't have an actual website for this podcast yet. Maybe that should be it. Go to,
Right.
go to Effin Culture, the
leakingladies.com.
podcast at leakingladies.com.
Yeah, obviously that's where it would be.
This
We
is like
like-
the second
we
or
like
third
our
time
women
we've suggested a
moisturized.
URL for our website, but I think that's the one.
I think Leaking Ladies is the winner.
Yes.
That's where I'm gonna post all my thoughts from now on. Oh God, this was. I am so glad we switched to this movie,
I know. I know.
Bobby. You like,
Yeah.
as I'm taking a massive shit that needed to be taken. I feel like we were all constipated, and we needed the proper toilet. And
I
and
just
you
wanted.
said-
I wanted that
you
switch.
said, guys, sex drive. You will fucking come shit so hard to this. This is exactly what we needed.
What?
You know what? There's a similar feeling. I know I didn't come in my pants as a kid, but I shit my pants plenty.
Yeah.
There were many times I was
rolling
like,
brownout,
oh,
if you will.
Right. A rolling brownout.
I don't know. Y'all don't watch Walking Dead, do you?
you go get raped with a roll of quarters. I haven't
It was
watched,
Abraham. It was Abraham from Walking Dead, and I got super
did.
excited about it.
It was him. Thank
you know
you. Thank you.
I saw him and I was like, I know who that is. But then you sent that in our chat and I was like,
Same
that's
facial
who that
hair.
is. Yeah.
Yep.
Same
And it was, and when he was holding the baseball bat, I was just like, "Oh, look! It's like what happened in the show."
I'm about
Oh.
5 seasons short on Walking Dead.
No
The-
one watches
literally-
it anymore.
I'm like
The last
7
episode I
seasons.
watched
It's fine.
was when I thought Glenn had died because he fell off of a dumpster.
And then he
into
ended
pile
up
of
under a
zombies.
dumpster. Yeah, blah blah. Anyway,
That's the last. So it's been years.
yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, I thought you meant the Amish fella. And I was like, I thought we already established it's Ezekiel.
no.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, did you think he meant the president? Did you think he meant Abraham
Yep,
Lincoln?
it was Lincoln. Yep.
I was like, no idea what he's talking about.
Abraham
wasn't until the
emancipated
end.
the slaves.
When he showed up again, it was like, oh, I hit him, and I was like, that's the guy from that's that ginger motherfucker from Walking Dead.
That's the dude who fucked people up with the bat in Walking Dead.
No, he got fucked up with the bat.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I feel like it
Which
didn't end well for him.
Which is ironic if you think about it.
He had a retarded friend, and that's what I thought was.
Eugene.
Thank you. That's what I thought connected well with this. And I was like, what year did this come out? This was a huge debate, even though I had the answer on the couch. I was like, this came out in 2008. And Kayla was like, no way. This must have been earlier.
It feels older than that. It really does. This movie feels like it should be like
It feels like you took a
01,
bot,
2000,
you
2001.
took
yes.
a bot and fed it films from 98 to 2001, and you got American Pie Euro Trip in one fucking shit.
That's
storm.
what I was thinking, yes, because you said Euro Trip, and I was like, well, he's trying to have sex, so it's clearly American Pie as
They're
well.
all about having sex. That's
Yes.
all the 2000s.
That's it. That's what a sex comedy is, guys. That's the whole point.
You're not wrong. No.
So we have to go over something real quick because it bothered me throughout almost the entire movie.
Stick it up.
They said at one point that Felicia kept cock blocking him. And then he corrected Lance and said, she can't cock block me. She doesn't have a cock. So he started calling it twat blocking. But that's not what cock blocking means.
Nope.
She is blocking his cock. You're not blocking with your cock.
This became an issue here too, because I was like, okay, one of the big takeaways from American Pie was the term MILF.
Yes.
And it became an everyday term. It became, goddamn,
Sure,
it's like
sure.
the number one Pornhub search term in many states.
No, it's
Sure,
not.
sure.
And this movie tried to make
I think you're wrong.
twat
I think you're wrong,
blocking
Bowie,
that,
but okay.
and I think
Maybe
twat
in like
blocking-
vanilla ass North Dakota or something.
Listen, don't judge. Don't judge.
twat blocking just didn't make the cut. And I was like, oh, this is literally doing what a 90s comedy was trying to do. And we could all just rewatch Can't Hardly Wait if we want a standard 90s standard 90s sex comedy.
Or American Pie.
Right.
Or American Pie, which was positively reviewed. I take it. I haven't looked it up. I assume at least 1, 2, and 3 were, and 4. Probably all of them were well taken.
Really?
This
At
was
least 1, 2, and 3?
The bots version of it. I liked American Pie 1 and American Wedding. I would drop the second one.
American Pie was the only non-rotten American Pie movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That does not surprise me, actually.
Doesn't surprise me. I do want to throw out there, this is a very strange addition, that there's like 6 or 7 Mission Impossible films and only one is rotten. I would love to just review the rotten one.
The one rotten Mission Impossible
the
movie.
John Woo film from 2000.
I mean, none of the Mission Impossible movies have anything to do with Stifler's mom, so I think that's the X factor you're
that's
you're
called
thinking of.
Mission Very, Very Possible. Snap Wiener Crack. I don't know how it goes.
That's the real meaning of myth. That's mission I'd like to fuck. That's
You mean MILF?
But it's not anyone that
Myth.
that what's his face would want to fuck, Mr.
Right.
Scientologist. I can't come up with his name.
Ethan Frome. Is that the
Ethan
guy
Hunt.
from Mission?
Ethan
Tom
Hunt,
Cruise.
played by Tom Cruise. I can't remember the name Tom Cruise. Ethan Hunt comes to mind. Tom Cruise.
No, Ethan Hunt is right. Ethan Frome is a fucking novel.
It was, and he had a lot going on. Don't go rough on Ethan Frome. His cunt wife was really rough, rough time.
Go entirely rough on Ethan Frome. That's a fucking novel.
Griff,
You need to
Griff
ease
and
up
his
on
bourbon
Ethan
is quite a...
Yes.
Oh
Griff's
my
a fucking
goodness.
piece of shit when it comes to bourbon. Because Ethan Frome was a tragedy. And you know what? And I blame the wife for the most part. I haven't read it since 2002.
I'm pretty sure the movie about Ethan Frome stars Matt Damon has nothing to do.
That's called The Bourne Identity, and it had nothing to do with Ethan Frome. Or was it We Bought His Stew? I don't remember. One of the two.
Rick is so loud right now that his mic is like cutting him off. He is so fucking loud. Poor Kayla is sleeping fucking child.
Close the door.
Not really. It is cracked open. I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting
for those shoes.
It's gonna slowly open and a knife is gonna get thrown into your back.
Oh my god. I haven't opened my eyes in like 2 minutes. Like a solid.
That's 120 seconds.
Hey guys,
Yes.
have you ever gone as hard on an object as James Marsden did on that garage door?
only on my dick when I'm thinking about
Thank you.
select people.
Seth Green being one of them.
Seth Green like saved this movie at that
God,
early
yes.
stages of this
You
movie.
say saved. He transformed it into a movie. This
Yes.
wasn't a movie until Seth Green entered the frame. And I was like, oh, this isn't a random documentary or a story that no one cared about. This is a movie.
What's up, English?
What's up, England?
I loved Seth. Seth Green was the best part of this movie. He really was.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Yep,
100%.
Yes, he was. 1,000%.
Seth Green. I enjoyed James Marsden giving it his all.
Yes.
Stifler, Marsden Stifler.
And Marsden Stifler. He took a page out of Nick Cage's playbook, and he just swung for the fence. Like, he went for it. He was just like, I'm doing it. I am going for it.
And it fucking paid off.
He said, I'm not going to be in X-Men 4. This is it.
This is the end. This is all I'm getting.
This is you know what the Professor X is this GTO, and I need to protect it.
Yeah, the
Forever.
introduction. Yeah, but Seth Green was just sarcasm. Like, what do you miss about the world? It's like the butt fucking. That was
Hey,
a lot of good memories there.
I mean, as a huge fan of butt fucking, yes, this is something I've had to let go of since my Rumsplinger.
Rumspringer.
That's it, Rumsplinger. Yeah.
Griff,
I
Griff,
didn't
what was,
realize New Englanders were the same way as.
Griff, what was the name of that show they did in Southern with Rumspringer? What was that? All dressed up.
All dressed up and nowhere to
Oh
go.
my god.
All undressed and nowhere to come. That's what I would call it.
All dressed up
and nowhere to
and
come.
nowhere to come.
Nowhere to come, because this was hilarious.
That even though that possum bit was like straight out of Me, Myself, and Irene, I still enjoyed it.
Thank you. Because
It was
the
straight.
wife had
It
never
was
seen that. I was like, oh, no, that's from a Jim Carrey.
yeah. The
That's-
cow
that's-
scene.
That's from another Farrelly Brothers film. Rumspringer I knew from Kingpin, Farrelly Brothers. This is from Me, Myself, and Irene, Farrelly Brothers.
Yeah.
And now these guys wrote for Dumb and Dumber 2, who
Yeah.
was directed.
But
by
it's
Farrelly Brothers.
it's
Okay.
another that was another killer
Okay.
Clark Duke line when he was just like, the possum's not gonna fuck you. It was just another strong line, man.
God. I
He's
looked
so
him up.
good.
Born on Cinco de Mayo, 1985. This motherfucker is R8. He is probably watching this with us tonight. If there's anyone watching this
It's Clark
with
Duke.
interest, it's Clark Duke. I would tag Clark Duke in everything we're doing related to this fucking
Hit him up,
resuscitation
dude.
Yeah.
of his dead film from 2008.
Hey Clark,
Clark
remember
Duke.
doing this?
Clark Duke is the only character I loved consistently through this film.
I
Yeah.
would go with Crazy Eyebrows, the one I wanted to fuck, but probably because I wanted to fuck her the whole time.
Ooh,
Fair.
Felicia?
Felicia, yeah. My dick belonged in her mouth, but it was really the eyebrows that kept my attention the whole time. I was like, you know what? I fell in love with Rachel Weisz in the first Mummy film because of
Oh.
her crazy eyebrows. Oh,
See,
God.
I fell in love with Rachel Weisz with Enemy Behind the
Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates.
That
With the-
ass shot.
Oh my god,
yeah,
that was it.
God.
That's I still say to this day it's the hottest sex scene I've seen in a movie. And it was nothing. You saw her butt and it
In a
lasted
war
for
film or
40
in
seconds.
any movie.
Any movie. It was so hot. It was so hot.
Yeah, it's good. It was hot.
Look, I
Not
have
any
no
movie,
idea.
But I,
I
love
have
Rachel
no
Weisz.
idea what you're talking about, but like, I will devote my dick to
Fucking
anybody who will have
gingers.
it. So like,
Anybody who wants this dick can get it.
This dick is on Facebook Marketplace. If you are willing to pay the piper, this
Look.
cock is for you.
$50, like really.
I'll pay you.
I'll put the first 30 out just to lower the badge for whatever anyone else wants to throw out there.
I'll crowdfund it, really.
That's what you say
Oh,
until
what else?
fucking.
Did y'all notice the dominoes in the prison? Did you see what they spelled out because they're all children on this movie?
I did not see it. No.
They spelled
What's
out
that?
"fuck you" and the dominoes like on the table. There's the old looking guy was asleep at the end of the prison scene, and his dominoes just spelled out "fuck you"
Fuck
on the
you.
table. I loved it. Hey, where can we find a hotel that has themed rooms like that with
Right?
with like a leather comforter for the fireman room?
Berlin
the Blaze
Turnpike.
room that plays Disco Inferno whenever the fuck you want.
Pretty sure the
Bless you.
Flamingo Inn and the Berlin Turnpike will do all of these things.
Oh my goodness, no thank you. The scuba room. I loved it. What else did I have? Oh, James Marsden with another winner. Don't let anyone in your chili ring. What is there was something he referred to his brother's asshole as his chili ring.
The the homophobia was like persistent in this
It
whole
was-
movie.
It was
And-
very early 90s, like
Right.
pre Freddie Mercury AIDS tribute band shit. But
Well, yeah, and like the payoff at the end wasn't worth it. It was like
I
You
thought
could've-
it was. I thought that James Marsden wanting Dick was a
Right.
perfect payoff.
it just feels that word hits different now, man. It just hits different. And like even at the end when they're like the only time he says fag now is during aggressive sex. And I'm like, no, the only one who could do that is Willem Dafoe in the Irish. Oh
Curse?
my god. No.
Oh,
The
fucking-
the two brothers, yeah, Veritas, blah blah, Boondock Saints.
damn it.
Boondock Saints.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. What a film, huh?
I
Whoa.
wouldn't call it masterpiece theater, but it was
Yo,
No.
something.
Yeah.
Miss Tasty's accent was one of the worst things of this entire movie.
Who?
Like Miss Tasty,
How-
the southern blonde chick at the end of the movie, the one who wanted to steal the car.
Horrible.
I-
Horrible.
Okay, so I might be more drunk than either of you, but like, how do you fucking even know
Yes.
that? I can't even
Oh, man.
tell
Oh, man.
what her accent is.
Matt, I can't even breathe out the right orifices right now, but I'm well aware of that fucked upness. So just let it
Yeah,
be.
yeah, the
No,
accent
it
was
was
just
wrong.
really bad.
It was wrong.
No, that's fair.
Offensive.
Okay.
It's like seeing someone incite an insurrection and not saying anything.
Oh,
While we're talking about Miss Tasty, I do enjoy that they twisted it a little, at least a little bit at the end, where it's not like, okay, she's got a dick, like everyone's been saying, but like, okay, she's out to steal your car.
right.
Which is like, okay, that's not what you're expecting, but like, it's not outside the realm of reality.
No, you got to
know?
go back to what was going on. You had American Pie, you had Road Trip, you had Gone in 60 Seconds, which was
Right.
literally all about stealing your car.
Why are we
Right.
throwing Gone in
Fit-
60 seconds in
This
there?
fit right in. It's like, oh
Because-
yeah, we're stealing
Be-
this.
Because Nicolas Cage could easily be in this movie anywhere.
Nicolas Cage wrote this movie unconsciously. He didn't even know he was writing this movie.
This
But
could
he
be
wrote it.
Face Off. We don't even fucking know.
It's called Written in 40 Seconds.
There we go.
That's the one.
Oh,
And that's what we got. I can't wait to watch fucking Detroit Rock City. That really makes my dick hard because that's an actual movie with a story.
that's a film
It's a
where-
film.
where they
Right.
really like they make a little kid eat shit in that movie.
I actually
Not
got
literally,
really upset
figuratively.
when I looked it up and said that movie came out in 1999. And then I
That's
had
one of the first DVDs I ever owned, and it was
heart
like that
pains.
the
Heart
Really?
pains.
shitty cardboard cover with the plastic latch. Like I owned that. I've had that movie forever. I think
Bob?
someone stole it from me in college.
Bobby, it really hurts my soul that this movie is. I thought it came out in the same vein as this, and I was like, "Oh, it's 10 years."
10
prior.
years later.
Oh my
Yep.
god!
Hey, you know
Oh
it'd
my
be
God.
funny? You know it'd be funny throwing a giant dick on a donut costume. That's hysterical. Did those kids just wander around the mall with a dildo? Like
Right?
Like those are expensive.
they didn't know
mean-
they were gonna see Donut Boy in the mall.
Yeah,
They
but
had their own pleasure toys, and they
Yeah.
just wanted to get off on
No.
a Boston cream.
they just got it from Spencer's. It's fine.
They just happened to have this giant Velcro dick.
Right. Sure. Why not?
Oh man. All right. So are we happy with how this movie ended? Are we good with
You
That's
know
what
what?
I hate everything about myself for shitting the entire time I've talked about this film. It's shit. It's not good. I am so happy we watched this movie tonight.
Are you? Do you
Yeah.
think it's fun? Do you think it was a good choice to have Lance end with the Amish community?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
P.S. That Amish chick is smoking hot.
God, I wanted to fuck her too.
For
Her
an
and
Amish chick,
eyebrows.
absolutely. I actually wrote down I wrote down this movie didn't open great, but it
It ended well.
but it knows how to close.
It
Like,
it
when
had no idea how to open. It felt like an awkward.
Yeah.
Unlike
birth
Andy and
video.
Randy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, you want to party? We got condoms and lotion to put on your boobs.
It shockingly closed more storylines than it opened with. Like it knew what it wanted to.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Wow, Alice Gretchen is the name of Mary, the
The
Amish.
Amish chick.
This is her highest rated movie that she was in.
Oh no. She had titties. I'm
was
looking
only
at her
out-
IMDb page.
She was only in 6 movies, but one of which was Shrooms, which was a terrible film.
Shroom. I want to do Shrooms. I haven't seen the film.
Oh, it's an awful horror movie where they end up taking hallucinogenic mushrooms in the forest, and getting knocked off, left and right. But anyway,
That sounds like fun. Yeah.
I liked that Felicia and Ian ended up with each other, which brought us back to like the romantic comedy thing that we were kind of going for Valentine's Day weekend.
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I said rom-com was the
This
original.
is fucked up. That bitch we hated, the blonde, Miss Tasty,
yeah,
was Katrina Bowden from a whole bunch of things, including American Reunion and a whole bunch of other fucking bullshit things.
See, that's great because I did not look her up at all.
There's a Scary Movie 5.
Griff's eyes are so glazed over right now.
I'm so done.
Griff's gonna be
I love
spinning tonight, buddy.
I love it. I can't wait for you to hear this again, and I can't wait to read your commentary.
I should take still shots from this video call just to show Griff like this is what you look like, bud.
I currently have an email. I don't know what this is about.
Email's overrated. That was a thing from
All right,
2008.
so
No, I don't give a shit.
there it is. We talked about sex drive. We've only got one more thing to do, and that is come to our final feelings on this movie. I'll start with you, Rick. Is this movie rotten or fermented?
It's fucking rotten. I have to stay with my gut. I will never watch this movie again. It's rotten as shit. I enjoyed the whole journey, but I've also enjoyed masturbation, and it's nothing like fucking.
Don't compare this to masturbation. Masturbation is a lot shorter and much more enjoyable. Right, Griff,
Thank you.
rotten or fermented, bud?
I gotta say rotten. I mean, I know you said not to compare it to masturbation, but like, what else is there to compare this to? Like,
Coming on your own face, yeah.
yeah, it's just like it's fleeting. It's not. It's
Something
there.
you wipe off quickly.
Exactly. It's there and then it's gone. It's not.
This brings us back to the wet dreams. That shit ain't sitting there for fucking all night. You come, you wipe it, you move on. That's what this movie is.
Yep.
It's
I
an
mean-
unfortunate.
Exactly.
Shot.
What did you
Com
say?
shot. Sorry.
Com shot.
Com shot. Yeah. What did you say
the
this is
kids.
rated? Like a 38% or 46%?
46.
46.
Not even fucking close.
You know what? I would say it's
26.
like no, you know what? I would say it's like around there, like 45, 46, but like for an instant and then it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like at its peak.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
And
will
everyone's
agree.
feeling great about it. 46.
I will agree.
Yeah.
I don't know. for those of y'all who have made it to this point of us drunkenly screaming into microphones for an hour,
I have not screamed once.
your wife is gonna kill you in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the
I
point.
mean,
If I
I've
ever
for sure.
go out there again, I'm living in here forever. I'm never
I
leaving.
also feel like this movie did not do enough to get out of the rotten area. It's so funny because it feels
Like the wrong hole.
it feels. Did you get the right? I don't think you got the right hole. It's nothing better. Nothing better than a joke about a 14-year-old fingering some 17-year-old's asshole.
Oh,
Right?
God. And he kept emphasizing, he's 14, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, that's only going to make me feel worse about myself and probably the characters of the film.
I feel like 46 might be a little bit of a reach. I think it should have stuck its landing around 40.
Did you see where your original pick, Wet Hot American Summer, landed?
No, 30 something.
38%.
But
I was like, oh, Bobby
the-
picked a more sophisticated film to be a non-brainer.
No, but what's the audience score on that?
No. Oh,
What's the audience score on that? I'm looking it up right now.
I had no idea.
I bet
But
it's in the it's gotta be
76.
one of those.
76.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that might be just because of the cast of that movie. I mean, the cast of that movie is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We will
It's not a
probably
good cast, and I didn't.
we will
like it.
probably do that movie this summer because it makes sense
Oh.
to do that movie this
We
summer.
need to
Yeah,
do Detroit
sure.
Rock City. I'm gonna go buy Detroit Rock City.
Yes.
'Cause this reminded me
Yes.
of it. That
We-
was a fun fucking movie.
We don't watch it until we do it, though. Don't ruin it for.
I won't. I won't.
Right.
I haven't
Yes.
watched it since 1999 when it came out. It actually hurts my soul that it's been fucking decades.
I know. I watched
my-
it once in college, and then someone stole it from me. So I haven't seen that movie since 2004.
Tommy K's VHS. I saw it on VHS. I haven't watched it on DVD. I'm skipping.
But I mean, there it is, folks. We all agree that this movie is rotten. Now I'm gonna take it one step further. Would you recommend someone view this movie once?
yes,
Yes.
I
See?
will.
Oh,
Now I'm with you
boy.
on that. If you're having a couple drinks and you just want to turn your brain off and laugh at some dumb shit, this movie is good for that. For Seth Green alone.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Under those conditions, sure. Yes.
I
Fine.
hate it. Absolutely should see it once.
And Clark
Yes.
Duke or whatever the hell his name is. Those
Yeah.
two.
Fuck face.
That is fair. Okay. Yes.
But,
Correct.
You know, James Marsden throwing the F word around as much as he did is jarring though. You just have to get past that first 10 minutes. It's like,
thought you meant
we're
fuck.
still
But
doing
no,
cum
no.
jokes. No, no.
Faggot,
Yeah, that one. That's a troubling word now, man. It's so funny.
It really is.
It really is.
I never used it back in the day. It was
No.
never. I was very against it.
But it wouldn't make me feel dirty hearing it. You know what I mean? But
This
now
was
I
2008.
yeah,
This
yes,
was fucked up.
yes, yes.
It really was. It was funny hearing it now.
Graduated. I graduated from college the year this movie came out.
In
Like,
2008. Yeah.
It blows my mind because this movie does not feel like. Oh wait,
Aged?
it doesn't. It just doesn't. It doesn't.
No, this was a bot was fed
Yep.
films from the late 90s and
Yep.
written by that.
All right. Well, there it is, folks. If you want to watch something that's stupid and good for a laugh or a few, we say yes, but just know that this movie it's rotten. It is a rotten film. It's rotten.
Hey.
Is it as bad as Ready to Rumble? Absolutely not. But it is not great.
But it's probably like a close second.
No, Batman. Batman
Oh,
was worse than this movie.
You know what? That's true because I did not ask how long.
The last
How
movie
much-
I did
how-
was Hell Baby. This is better than Hell Baby.
Okay, yeah, and we'll put Hell
Yeah.
Baby. I
Okay.
forgot we did Hell Baby because that made people stop listening to the show.
That killed the show. I'm pretty sure it killed the whole podcast, but
I don't know
wanted
if
to bring
Hell
it up.
Baby or the professional wrestling episode that we did right after it, but
Oh, fuck it.
one of those two things ruined.
I was
It's
on
just
Hell
like a
Baby.
clear fourth.
I fucking hate wrestling, so it was definitely the wrestling that fucking
There you go.
killed this podcast.
All right, folks. Well, anyway,
This is a clear fourth, yeah.
yeah, this is it for Fermented Fruit. Effin Cultured presents Fermented Fruit. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you follow us, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you click the bell or the button or whatever the hell you're supposed to do. Pussy. Share the podcast. That would be awesome. If you listen to this show and like it,
I do from time to time.
just share it on Facebook, on Twitter. You can follow us at Effin Cultured on both Twitter and Facebook. Next week we'll be back with a normal episode. And if you have any rotten movies that you'd like us to get tipsy or full-blown wasted, in Griff's case this week, and have us review them.
He's held his shit quite well.
Yes, it's been
Way
great.
better than I ever would. Like,
Let us
if
know.
I was actually shit-faced, this wouldn't be posted. It would be like, oh fuck, we have to re-record it.
Yeah, we can't do this. Can we act
We
like
can't-
we're drunk for this finale?
Let's just cut Rick out. This is not working.
So let us know if you have any movie suggestions of stuff that we should watch. They need to be rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Other than that, it doesn't matter. That is literally the only stipulation. So if you have any that you want to suggest, please do. We try to keep with the theme of the month. We try to do one a month. So next month, March, perhaps a Leprechaun film.
Caesar? Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna
Perhaps,
say Leprechaun,
or
yeah.
Leprechaun in the Ghetto, or Leprechaun in Space.
in the hood, motherfucker.
Oh, in the
I
hood.
I bought the box set. I have all 8 Leprechaun films.
Just because you're big on Jen Aniston or Four Leaf Clovers.
I have there were titties in the second one, and I remember I was 9 years old when the second one came out.
Oh, we didn't talk about the abstinence chicks and how great their racks were backstage, but
Right?
that was a
I
nice
have-
shot.
I have to throw this out there. I think I messaged you right ahead of before this saying I'm about to have my third Manhattan.
Yeah,
I went to make it, and I just hear Kayla in the living room going, "Oh, there's titties on screen. Oh, there's lots of titties." I went, "It's horrible.
horrible. Why would you say that?
I don't want to see any of these titties."
It's like when I went to go see the remake of Friday the 13th, and everyone's like, "Well, what would make
nipple placement, baby?
They were like, "What would make this a good movie for you?" And I'm like, "You want to, for real? You want to know what I'm looking for in Friday the 13th, the remake? I'm looking for 10 really good kill scenes, and I think 4 or 5 sets of boobs, and I will be great."
Oh,
That's fair, yeah.
And I don't remember who that pop star. Who was the pop star? The blonde pop star who got her head impaled.
Oh,
and,
it starts with a T. Ford.
something Ford.
Ford. Yeah.
But yeah, it was rock and
It
roll.
was actually, if you ask me what my favorite Friday the 13th film is, it's the remake.
The
of
remake.
09.
It was so fun. It was
It's
so bad.
Absolutely.
But it was a lot of fun.
But I had never seen all of them. And then I did a rewatch of all of them and went, oh, wow. 09 really caught all of the best parts
Yeah,
of every fucking movie.
it knew what it was, and that's what I appreciated
oh, fuck
about
yeah.
it. Unlike this movie.
Lita
Fair.
Ford. Lita
Yep.
Ford sang with
Lita
Ozzy.
So not
Lead
Lita
the Ford. that's
Willa
right.
Willa
Ford.
Willa
And
Ford.
she was in
Playboy.
She was in Playboy. Yep.
Yeah, I was a subscriber.
Great
All right,
tits,
folks.
Great things. Okay.
That's it for this week. Subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Rank or rate the, you know.
What do you
to
think
do.
of a threesomes versus foursomes? I want to hear that shit too.
I don't know. We could do either. I think this is fun, but Rick, I just
loved
miss you. I just miss having you with us, man. It's nice to have you.
I'm so glad to be here. I want to fucking calm on everyone. So this has been a joy.
All right, folks,
Happy. Let's do it.
Three
It's
sims
been,
are just better.
it's been an absolute pleasure. This won't be posted until after Valentine's. So, well, for the most
I'm saving
part.
my nut for Valentine's.
Yeah, yeah. So, I hope y'all had a lovely Valentine's Day. And for this week, I am Bobby.
I'm Griff.
And I'm Rick.
Have a lovely week and go F yourselves.
Literally.